Hey everybody, it's Mr. Movies 87 here, bringing you a new episode of Gaming Breakdown. And today we're covering Lunar's Silver Star story complete for damn near every system ever. Because it's been re-released on damn near every system ever. But I'll be more so focusing on the PS1 version and the PSP version, mainly because I have not played the Sega CD version of the game, but by and large they're all the same anyway, so it'll still work out all the same. Now, I'll be making a lot of comparisons to Lunar 2 because both casts of characters are very, very similar. Not really story-wise, but more so gameplay-wise. But I'll cover that later on. Now, one big reason why I'm doing this today, I was going to do Silver Star Story anyway, but I'm doing it now today in particular because I had a couple comments actually from a user named General Old just the other night actually, asking what I thought about Silver Star Story because he knew that I had played Lunar 2 a whole bunch, so we had a nice little back and forth discussion on that. And I was like, hey, you know what? I'll do Silver Star Story today, actually. I figured it'd be perfect timing for it, so hopefully, General Old, if you are watching, this one's for you. Alrighty, so Silver Star Story complete. Many people's personal favorites throughout the Lunar games, although really it's Silver Star Story or Lunar 2. We won't mention the DS one because we won't mention it. But yeah, me personally, I do love this game, yes, but it's just a little bit below Lunar 2 for me. You guys know me, Lunar 2 is damn near perfect in my book, and nothing much else really tops that. Although Trails of Cold Steel comes pretty close, I will say that, but Lunar 2 is still and pretty much always will be my all time favorite game ever. So, Silver Star Story Complete has a pretty decent cast of characters. I'll be, of course, going over all the playable ones there. And then I'll mention, of course, Null real quick there, and Nash, or not Nash, Ramus and Luna, even though they're not really around all that much. But they're still playable characters, so I might as well. So let's jump right into it with our main character, Alex. Little quiet personality-wise for, I guess, maybe my liking, but it works well enough in the game, so it's only a minor thing, really. He, along with Kyle, are pretty much your two big-time powerhouse characters. Early on, he's still pretty decent. His main attack, Sword Dance, which you'll be using throughout the entire game, really. That's essentially his version of Hero's Post Sword, really. Pompey, you need to go lay down, please. I'm busy. Or you can just stand there like a dangerous outwards too. Anyway, um, not much to say on the magical front of things. He mainly has his sword base attached there. Later on, once he becomes a Dragon Master, he will learn for the dragon spells there. There's what all even are there? I don't even remember. Well, there's Red Dragon Anger, Black Dragon Grief, which kills all enemies in one shot. Dragon Anger is just the fire elemental attack on all enemies. Blue Dragon Healing, and I think White Dragon Protect as well. I think they're the same throughout Silver Star Story and Lunar 2 there, so that works well enough there. Pretty much as far as he goes in boss fights for the most part. Buff up with Vigor, that'll raise its attack power by a pretty hefty amount, and then just spam Sword Dance all day long. If you need healing, like big major healing, just have him use Dragon Healing and you'll be fine. And yeah, he is one of your fastest characters in the game as well, or amongst your final five, second only to Nash, I believe. He's crazy fast as all hell. Yeah, his main job, yeah, just a DPS all damn day, and he's fine. Pretty much comparison right to Hero. I mean, both main characters, they both have a sword. They both get to use Althena's sword for one thing, too. Well, Justin, that reminds me, for Hero's case, I'm gonna go off tangent here a little bit. You know how with Alex, well, excuse you. Well, anyway, yeah, with Alex there, his main quest was to be a Dragon Master, right? He goes around the world, meets all four dragons, becomes a Dragon Master. Hero kind of did the same thing, actually, and yet was never officially, like, made into a Dragon Master. I just find that a little bit odd. I mean, I know that's not the main focal point of the game and everything. I just found that a little interesting, is all, that he did the exact same thing Alex did, and wasn't technically a Dragon Master, whereas Galleon, well, was. Spoilers maybe, but it's not a big deal. Um, so yeah, comparison between the two of them, yeah, Hero and Alex for sure. That's one thing I'll be doing too, is doing the comparisons between Silver Star Stories cast and Lunar 2's cast. So there you go. I'll cover Ramus next. He's only around for a very short while. He's not that good. He's pretty much a tank-ish. um, as far as I recall, at least in the PSP version, when he levels up, his stats never go up at all besides his HP. So like early on, he's okay as a frontline fighter with Alex, but he has no MP to speak of, never gets any MP, so therefore no spells or abilities to use. So he's pretty much a meat shield, more or less, and not even a very good one, unfortunately. His equipment draw is also not really that good. Excuse me. But thankfully, he's only around for a short while anyway, so it's not a huge deal. He's more so, well, turns into an NPC later on, but helps Alex along the way with getting his shop in Maribia. And then come late game, or near the end of the game, really, he gives you stuff for free, essentially. So there you go, that works out there. Luna, our first real mage of the game, as you might expect, low HP, very high MP, healing spells. Her spells are awesome, by the way. Her tranquil songs and all that stuff there. Single target healing, multi target healing. She has a couple status spells that I never really used that much. I think she has a sleep one. I think I've never used it, so I wouldn't know. One of her main uses as well besides healing, is what's the one song it's called? Cascade Song. At least it's called that in the PS1 version. It's another offensive buff there. So that serves her well to use that in boss fights as well. Mainly on Alex for the most part. You could use it on Ramus if you wanted to as well. It's not as big of a deal. Anyway, for as far as comparison goes, she's more so, I guess, compared to Lucia in a way. Although, of course, Lucia you have no control over, whereas Luna you do. But character-wise, they're very similar. And that's kind of a big spoiler, so I don't want to, I just really spoil that too much there. If you guys have played the game, then you know what's up, so I'll leave it at that. Moving on to Ramus. Oh, not, I keep messing up Nash and Ramus. I have no idea why. Anyway, Nash is next. Our black mage, or one of our black mages, really. Well, I guess also black mage slash status mage there. He is your fastest party member in the team, which is very handy because not only does he have really good electric spells, he also gets some pretty decent status spells as well. Not that I ever use them, but I've heard they can be pretty good in some instances, so I'll leave it at that. Yeah, his main thing really is to nuke enemies with his spells, either his zone spells or AO, all targeting spells, to soften enemies up, and then have Alex, Kyle, and Jessica just go all out with physical attacks and wipe the floor clean. That's pretty much his best bet there. Comparison wise, the status spells, well, not really so much the Black Mage. Well, that's kind of comparison to Lamina, but she's more so compared to Mia, obviously. And status spell wise, more so compared to Jean, because they, well, both have them. Although besides that, not really too much of a comparison otherwise, actually, because no one really has electric spells on Lunar 2. No one can learn them normally anyway. You have to deal with the Thunder Crest to do that. But still, he's a little bit of a pompous ass. He's like, I went to Vayne. I'm an elite. I'm in the guild. Blah, blah, blah. Kill yourself. Anyway. He's still really good, though. Once he learns his Thunderbolt spell, that a single target, high thunder damage, that's pretty damn good there in most boss fights, really. Moving on to Jessica, who might be my favorite character overall, actually. She is pretty much the female version of Ronfar. They're both priests, they both use maces slash hammers, both have healing magic, they both kick ass. Need I say more? Not really. But yeah, she is a great mix of physical attacks and healing spells there. Really high attack power, pretty much almost as high as Alex and Kyle, actually. Um, a little on the slow-ish side, if I recall. Actually, no, she's third overall in speed. Yeah, generally it goes Nash, then Alex, then Jess, then Mia, then Kyle. I'm pretty sure is how it goes. Or maybe Kyle, then Mia. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, moderately fast, pretty damn powerful. Gets all the healing spells you could ever want. Heal Litany, Calm Litany, the Reviving spells, Divine Litany, which is HP regen on the entire party. Once you learn that, you want to use that in every single boss fight because it is extremely useful. Can't be stated enough there. And it's nice too with hers. When she first learns it, it's already the all targeting one, whereas Ronfar has the single targeting one first with Saint Litany, and then it gets upgraded to Divine Litany later on. Then let me think. Yeah, well, generally what I have her do is I'll have her go in the front row, right along with Alex and Kyle there, and she didn't deal as much damage as the two of them. Sometimes, if not more, actually, given with the right setup there. I know when in Lunar Legend, you can give her the Phoenix Claw, which has a super high crit rate, and I'm pretty sure you can get that pretty fairly early on, actually. So give her that, and give her anything to boost her number of attacks, and she will wreck shit for quite a while, even more so than Alex and Kyle will. Gotta stop coughing, sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, she is a great mix of physical attacks and healing spells there, so yeah, pretty much my favorite party member there. Moving on to Mia, who comparison of Lamina, of course. There are other black mates there. She controls fire and ice magic there. Typical mage as well. Low HP, very high MP. Pretty much just nukes all the things in battle, no problem. Pretty much have her sit in the back row, use her AoE spells, all targeting spells, or in boss fights, you can either have her buff up, which I generally do anyway, or just go all out with either her best ice spell or her best fire spell there. Her first few turns are generally spent buffing up anyway. She has an attack raising spell and a defense raising spell. I hardly ever use a defense one though; it's not that big of a deal. But I definitely do use her. What is it even called? I don't remember. It's been so long since I played Silver Star Story, so I can't remember for sure to be honest. Um, but anyway, yeah, you want to have her use that on Alex and Kyle because not only it'll stack along with their normal buffs anyway. Like Alex has vigor, Kyle has heat up, and then Lamina has her buff as well. So yeah, they all stack together, so that can just pretty much murder bosses, no problem. And yeah, when she's not doing that or buffing up, just have her just go all out with her spells there. That's pretty much all she needs to do. Unfortunately, she is pretty slow, but as I recall, you can give her some accessories to let her go first. I forget what they all are, but essentially it's the same thing with Lamina. If you give her the dual Chiro Crest combo and have her go first, I can't tell you how fucking amazingly useful that is once you get that combo. Having her go first when she's normally the slowest party member anyway. This is still for Lamina, by the way, not Mia. Yeah, have her go first. Use an AOE spell, either a zone one or an all targeting one, and then Hero and Jean wipe the floor clean in no time flat. You can win so many battles unscathed. It's ridiculous. Especially in the epilogue, dual Chiro Crest plus Catastrophe equals dead everything. It's pretty ridiculous and obscene. I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, Mia doesn't have a spell quite like that. She just has her Blizzard and whatever her AOE or all targeting fire spell is, but just they're still pretty good anyway. But not like no Omni Elemental attack spell like Catastrophe there. But she's still really really good regardless. And then final character would be Kyle, same as Alex really, pure DPS. Very high HP, attack defense, low MP, doesn't really need it though, because all he really needs is his self-buffing spell Vigor, oh no, heat up, and then his power slash attack, and that's all he needs for boss fights really. Yeah, even higher HP than Alex, even stronger than Alex too. So the two of them on the front line along with Jess, you're pretty much fine in boss fights. But yeah, unfortunately he is pretty damn slow, but what can you do? It's not a big deal. So really though, not much to say on Kyle's front, although comparison-wise I forgot to mention too, right along with Leo really. Leo has more magic available than Kyle. But yeah, they're both like full-on tanky DPS characters. You have high HP, high defense, all that stuff. And then also, they're both really, really slow. I mean, Kyle is slow as well. Leo, I think, is the slowest party member in Lunar 2, as I recall. And I should also go over Null real quick, too. Right along with Ruby, he's the white dragon, she's the red dragon. Null is actually pretty damn helpful in battles, too. At least in Silver Star Harmony on the PSP. Well, I think he also does it in, I think, every Silver Star Story translation slash game slash whatever. If you're dead at the end of battles, he'll revive you with 1 HP. And I think he'll also, if you have status ailments at the end of battle, he'll heal those too, actually. I'm trying to think. If you did wipe that, I don't think he does anything, though, unfortunately. I'm not sure why I thought of that just now, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Still, the fact that he can revive you after every battle guaranteed, and also heal your status ailments, that alone is super, super useful. And besides that, he's just cool in general. Unfortunately, what was it, in Silver Star Story Complete, the voice was just I was not a fan of it at all. I was more so a fan of it in Silver Star Harmony. It just sounded more akin to what you think he would really sound like. And then, of course, Null and Lunar 2 is also awesome. Plus, he gives you the Athena Sword in Lunar 2 anyway, so you can't go wrong with that. Okay, so I believe that is that. One thing also with Silver Star Story Complete, I will be LPing it in the future. I am just not sure when. It is on my list of games to LP for sure. It's pretty close to the top of my list, actually, but I have so many games I want to work on anyway, so I'll get to it sooner or later, never you fret. But yeah, for right now, of course, the main focus is Final Fantasy V and Super Mario World there. So there you go. Alrighty, that takes care of that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And with that, this has been Mr. Movies 87 signing off. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.